Hey everyone, welcome to our small footprint. My name is Nyssa, and if you're new here, we are a family of 8 who live off-grid in Australia. Today's video is the monthly hamper video. So we are very lucky to have a service out our direction, being that we're rural and all the rest of it. Peter and Lois run Aberdeen Pantry, and Aberdeen Pantry does food hampers, a little bit like a food pantry or a food bank or whatever else that they're called in America and things like that. I've seen them called a variety of different things, but basically it is a pack of food. The food is whatever they can receive within that period of time. We don't get a choice of what's in there, and it's at a set price. Now, the food is always worth far more than what you pay for it. So our particular hampers are $50 for the hamper, and then there is a gold coin donation for some extra produce. Now, gold coins in Australia are $2 and $1 coins, so you give a donation to it. I always just tack $10 onto our hamper prices because some months we take full advantage of what's there and some months we don't. This month there wasn't much in the way of anything that we needed, but like last month we got like 5 big trays, a whole lot of trays of plums that would have been worth well and truly more than the $10. So I tend to just put $10, tack $10 on to the top of this camera. Seems to be awfully angled weird. There we go. $10 onto the top of the hamper price, just to cover that sort of thing. They also have a pantry store, so a shed with some shelving and some freezers and things like that, where you can purchase extras from them. Lois did mention that they're looking to open that pantry up a little more often than they have been if there's interest. She said that normally they open it every second Saturday, so on the day of the hamper and then like the fortnight in between, but she said they're looking at opening it a little bit more regularly. They actually expanded recently too, and they are opening a location in Red Bank Plains, so anyone in Brisbane who watches and who's been interested, you should join their Facebook page. I will try and remember to put a link in the description, but it's Aberdeen Pantry. There shouldn't be too many of those. And they will be doing a Red Bank Plains location as well. They're still setting it up at the moment, but if you join the page, and they'll be able to show you you'll be able to follow what the dates and things like that are. And it's the same service, but there. So each month there is a set date, and we get told sort of, 10 days before that date when it's going to happen. Pickups are on a Saturday, and we pre-order the hampers. You can order as many as you want. There is no restrictions on that. This month I ordered 2 because we're trying to get the groceries to last that little bit longer. We're going 7, maybe 8 weeks, depending on timing. I haven't quite decided exactly when I'm going yet. So that little bit of extra top up is going to help me with that. Sorry, child interrupted. Couldn't fit the broccoli into the Tupperware, so we'll sort that out in a minute. So what was I saying? Yes, this month I ordered 2 because I wasn't sure. We're a little low on a few bits and pieces, so this is just going to top things up for that 7 to 8 week period while we reassess, and I use this 7 to 8 week period to reassess. So I always say that, off topic slightly to the hamper, but we'll get there. I'll try and put a timestamp in when the hamper starts, so if anyone wants to skip this convo, they can. I always say that the pantry challenges that a lot of people do, mostly in America, are something that we basically do every month. We basically do a pantry challenge every month. I purchase for, the period of time, and then I don't go back to the shops as much as possible, and I assess. Now, this particular period has been a little bit different, and I've mentioned it a few times recently, that the kids just seem to have hit another level of hunger, of consumption. They just seem to have hit a slightly higher level, partly probably because it's gotten colder, and so just schedules have changed a little bit, but also because they're getting older. The Kavik was 8. Kavik was 8 in January, and the boys will be 10 in September. So they're just hitting that next, level of teenagers, I suppose. And so we're adjusting what we're eating. And this period has been a little bit of a pantry challenge for me, in that I'm pulling stuff that from the dregs of things to get us through, and assessing. And we've purchased a few things that I wouldn't normally buy. We've had to buy extra sugar this month, and we've got the two hampers instead of one. There was something else that I got Darryl to buy. Oh, I had to order some more that was partly because of Costco. I ordered more coconut milk off Amazon because Costco didn't have the coconut milk that we use for our coffee. That's a little bit of a luxury item for us, is the specific coconut milk that we like in our coffee, because tin coconut cream would be the cheapest way to go, but as soon as you refrigerate tin coconut cream, it solidifies, and you can make it into like a crema by diluting it and mixing it and sticking it in the fridge, but then it has a limited shelf life, and it still tends to separate when you add it to your coffee. So buying a coconut milk that has some gums in it, that is made for like baristas. The one that we're really liking at the moment is the Milk Lab one. It blends just like cow's milk into the coffee and into the iced coffees and things like that, and it is a little bit of a luxury item. On Amazon it's really expensive. It's $46 I think for 8 litres, 40 something like that, but I can get it for just over $30 for 1 litres through a wholesaler in Brisbane, and Mum's working from home now, so I'm going to get some delivered to her before I go down to collect it. So that will work out that little bit cheaper. We can get the little Cara ones, the 400ml ones, from Costco, which is what we'd normally buy, and that's what we couldn't get last month. And I think it's $13 for 8 of the 400 mils. So even if you counted that, it would end up a similar sort of a price as the cheaper Milk Lab, but it does separate quite badly as well. And because it's in the little 400ml containers, it always seems to be a fair bit of wastage, because once it's in the fridge, it solidifies a bit. You have to cut it open to scrape it out. Anyway, I'm just trying to validate that to myself, that little bit of a luxury. I don't like spending more than necessary. But yes, we did order that on Amazon. We've gotten a few snack type things this month from town. I think that's to do with it getting colder. Some extra chips and stuff. I bought extra corn chips, so we've been okay for corn chips, but I think we've just run out of those. So we did buy some potato chips when they were half price. Darryl bought me some Easter chocolate. So I'll add all that up to go into what we actually spent this month, because it will have been a bit higher than I would imagine. I try and keep track of all the gas costs. Like the gas for our cooking, the fuel prices for the car, and any sort of food that we purchase from the IGA or anything like that, or Amazon and that. I try and keep all that in my spreadsheet as well, separated, so that I can then really assess, because I get asked all the time about how we stick to the budgets and stuff, and a lot of that's being completely honest with yourself. If you are going to the corner store and you're spending $12 every couple of days on whatever, like ice breaks, like, coffee milks, or packets of chips or gum or lollies, or a meat pie, or whatever it is that you purchase at the corner store, and you're not including that in your food budget, then that's where some of your money's going that you can't figure out where it's going. So even though I'm spending more than I would like, and I'd like to ignore that, and I'd like to sit there and go, no, I'm not. My grocery budget is well within normal. That would be silly, because that's not true. Each bit of money that we spend at the IGA, whether it's to buy chips, or whether it's to buy chocolate. Darryl buys me chocolate. He bought me some ice cream this month because I made all that condensed milk caramel sauce, so I really wanted some ice cream to have with that. Things like that. That's all added up into the budget and either put into the next month's, like I then use it to find out the dollar per day average included in the next one, or I reassess this one and I let you guys know about that too. So this month has been a little bit of a blowout in that sense, which is unfortunate because we're lowish on funds at the moment. Like, we're okay. We're getting enough work that we're okay, but we're definitely going to eat into any sort of money we've been holding the further into the year we go if we don't start bumping up the income to replace the income from the typing. So anyway, that was all a ramble. So let me show you the hamper for this month. And then I will come back. Okay, so this month we got 2 of the burger buns. Now remember, we have 2 hampers here, so a lot of this double up will be because we bought 2 of them. So 2 of the burger buns, half a dozen loaves of bread, the lower carb bread, and the Abbott's Bakery. We have 10 litres of milk, some of the Tropical Punch Prime drink. The kids really liked that. I found it quite revolting, but the kids quite liked it. There's 4 various tins of soft drink here, some Pepsi, some creamy soda, and Sunkissed. There is 2 of the saucy sauce mayo ketchup sauces and 2 of the tonkatsu sauces. 2 packets of dried spaghetti and 2 packets of dried macaroni. There's some antibacterial wipes, the B complex dissolvable things like the Barocca type things, a couple of jars of toppers for, like, you know, cupcakes, all that sort of thing, a couple of small things of Vegemite, some honey, soy, garlic, stir fry meal bases. There's 2 of those, a few tins of different things. So we've got corn, tin spaghetti, chopped tomatoes, and the same 3 again there. There's 2 jars of the tahini paste as well. There is a couple of dish liquids and some cup of soup. So we've got some chicken noodle and some creamy pumpkin cup of soup, which the kids have really been enjoying having, so they can use those. There is 2 1 kilo bags of rice, 3 of the bags of mustics. Now, I did get questions about these on the last one, of what they are. They're a lolly, and they taste like musk smells, I suppose, but very sweet. They're soft. I quite enjoy them, but they're an odd. They're definitely something that you like or you don't. There is 4 bags of dried apricots. What else we got? We got 4 of the meat patties. We got these last month. We cooked them up last week, I think it was, and they were quite nice. So they're a signature black burger, 100% beef, just a beef patty. They cooked up quite nicely. There is 2 packs of these Health Lab biscuits. These are a plant-based, so a dairy-free biscuit of some sort, raspberry jam and marshmallow, so like a wagon wheel, I'm guessing, but dairy-free. A 500 gram of butter. We got 2 jars of pasta sauce, bolognese pasta sauce, and 2 of the chicken-style rices. We've had these before. We don't have a microwave, obviously, but they work quite well if you put them in a pan with a little bit of water. We got 2 of the Fruit Ropes snacks, some LCM bars, and a couple of packs of at-home bubble tea kits, matcha flavour. I know that bubble tea is the bubbles in tea, but I don't really know how that works. We'll have a look at that. Some rice bubbles and some wheat bix. What else was in the hamper? The cake bars were in the hamper. There is 4 small pieces of steak, a couple of packs of what I assume is beef mince, because that says it's beef and this looks like the same. Some chicken, marinated chicken fillets, which we had last month. They were quite nice. The chicken wings in spinach and garlic sauce. We cooked these up as well last month, and everyone quite enjoyed those. So it'd be nice to have 2 packs, because it really doesn't make much food for, like, one of them isn't really much for 8 of us. There was a couple of packets of sausages, and then a whole bunch of the single serve meals, chili beef and rice. There's roast lamb meals, smoky chicken and rice, savoury mince and rice, and there's a shepherd's pie in there as well. A couple of bags of steam fresh veggies, and then there was 2. These are the boxes that came with the hamper. So we got 2 of these, which have a couple of lettuces, some apples, some broccoli, and some bananas in the bottom. So there's 2 of those boxes, and then we got some extras as well. So I've mentioned that I'm out of sugar, so we've got a couple of kilos of sugar from the shop. We also got this pack of meat. So they had a $10 pack of meat for, it was a beef mince, a chicken mince, and some sausages for $10. And they also had these chicken pieces. It looks like bone-in chicken pieces, a bag. They were $5 as well. So we've got them to cook up, and Darryl bought the 2-minute noodles. He buys that just about every hamper, and they tend to eat them while I'm on the shopping trip. The extra fruit and veg this month was apples. So we got a couple of bags of apples. There was also more bananas and lettuce. But with the 2 hampers that I bought, we've got plenty of bananas there for fresh eating, and I don't need any more for the freezer at the moment. We don't have the space. And we got 4 lettuces with the hamper as well, so we don't need any more of them because we just won't go through them in the time required. So that was this month's hamper. Alrighty, so that was the hamper for, what are we in, April. So that was a doubled hamper, plus the extras, that extra meat pack and the extra noodles that Darryl bought and the extra sugar. I had forgotten that Darryl will be going to church today, and I will probably get him to get some raw sugar in town today as well, because I much prefer using raw sugar than white, but we will use that in some way. I also have a clip here I'm going to put in. We tried the kids were really keen on trying the matcha bubble tea, matcha, however it's pronounced. I've never tried it before. So I made one of them up, so I've got that to show you, but we don't have a microwave. So I did it on the stove top to do it, and only really Surreal liked it. So then she's got that as a treat. So I'll put that clip in here to show you how that came together. Actually, I might put that right at the end to show you how that came together. So in regards to the hamper, there was not much in the way of fresh produce this month, which is a little unfortunate. We got that broccoli, which would be really great. I might do like a green curry or something with broccoli, because that's how I really like to use it. And the kids have the bananas and the apples for fresh eating, and we got the lettuce for a couple of days as long as it lasts. The kids had tuna, mayo and lettuce sandwiches on some of that bread. And I did big roast potatoes last night, and we had some of that steak and stuff with it as well. So I'll show you as we go along for the next 2 weeks how I'm going to use all that stuff up as well, because that's what I do. And yeah, so that is the food hamper for this month, and we are very grateful for the service and grateful for Peter and Lois organising it. And it definitely helps to have just that little influx of fresh food during the period, especially when we're trying to drag it out that 7 or 8 weeks, which is just how it might need to be for money-wise. Part of that is because of the running budget. Before, I used to get the typing money bi-monthly, and then I could sort of organise the shopping trip around that. The 6 weeks worked around that, but because I'm not getting that now, YouTube pays monthly, and if I get Thermomix sales, that pays monthly and things like that. So now it might need to be, I don't want to do 4 weekly, so it might need to be 8 weekly just to fit into that schedule. So we'll see how we go. I did want to do a shout out. Thank you very much to everyone who joined my Patreon, because I checked that the other day in preparation for drawing funds out for the grocery trip that's happening in a fortnight, and I have about $400 Australian to access there, so that will help immeasurably. Very grateful for that. Still working out on what you guys want as extras there. More children. Darryl's at church with 3 of the children, so there's only 3 kids with me, so I'm the only person that they can interrupt at the moment. Yes, the Patreon, we're still working out exactly what goes up there. It is basically just a support system, though. I'm not guaranteeing content over there just yet, because I'm still figuring it out. We will have lives over there eventually, but I need to get this sorted first. So we measured up all the doors and everything yesterday, and we're planning on starting that tomorrow, because we need to pull the internal wall down to get this up, to get it sorted. So we need to do it all in one day, and Darryl had church today, so we didn't want to do it today because we have to start too late. So hopefully tomorrow we're going to start first thing in the morning, rip this internal wall down and start getting this framing up so that we can finally use these rooms. I also had Temu reached out a while ago, because I did a video for them a while back, and they reached out a few times since then seeing if I wanted to do anything further, and I just wasn't particularly interested in doing the same style of video that I did previously. But I did contact them back and say that I need to outfit the girls' bedroom, and that if they were willing to discuss doing an integrated video with the girls' decor and things like that, then I'd be open to that, and they were. So I'm going through there at the moment, figuring out what I want to use to decorate their bedroom, and then once we get all that, I'll share that the way they need me to as well. So that is exciting, because I was going to do it regardless, and every little bit helps. So yes, but thank you to everyone who's joined the Patreon. I very much appreciate it. It just becomes another monthly sort of income is how it looks. So it's basically just giving me leeway to make the videos. And I suppose that's what it comes to the end of it, is that I always feel like I should be giving more for people who join things like Patreon and you know, the buy me a coffees and things like that. But basically you're providing me with an income to be able to continue to make videos and to make more videos. And I really thoroughly appreciate that, because as that grows, everything gets expanded and all the rest of it. Anyway, I've rambled enough. It is a Sunday ramble along with the hamper, but as I said, I'll try and make sure that there was timestamps for people who didn't want to listen to me ramble, or squirrel as I generally refer to it as. And I'll leave you with the clip of the matcha tea making, which was interesting. I did take a tiny sip out of the liquid, and it was fine, not really very sweet, but all the kids tried sucking up some pearls and stuff, and as I said, only Surreal really enjoyed it, but that's fine. That means that it can be made as a treat for her, because there was 8 individual serves all up. So anyway, thank you for joining me again today, guys, and I will see you on the next video.